Hello everyone, Adi Simion, Coldwell banker. Welcome to my morning commute. This morning I want to talk to you about something that's been happening quite often. Some of my clients that I've been talking to, following up with, they told me that they already purchased and they had to go with the listing agent. So this is the subject of the day, going and making an offer with the listing agent. So it happens a lot, especially on a very competitive market like the one right now, when there is a lot of buyers and there is not a lot of listings. Most of the listings sales above the listing price and with multiple offers. So a lot of buyers are losing on these listings. You know, you have 18, 20 offers, only one wins, the rest of them lose. So buyers are thinking about how can they have an edge over the competition. And first comes to mind, let me go make an offer with the listing agent, because that listing agent now, if they take my offer, they will have an incentive, a financial incentive, as they're going to be paid twice. So they're making twice as much money as they would have made if another agent would have brought a buyer to the table. Because as you know, seller pays the whole commission to the listing agent, and the listing agent has to split it in half with the other agent if the other agent brings a buyer and the offer is accepted. If the selling agent, the listing agent, gets his own buyer, he gets paid twice, double. So he has an incentive to say all kind of things to those buyers to make sure they come with him, so they can, or her, so they can get paid twice. So buyers are doing this. I have a listing right now, and a lot of buyers are telling me that they want to come with me because they think they're going to have an edge over the competition. They're not going to, because I operate a little bit differently. I don't want to go over that, but because I want to be fair with both sellers and the buyer. But just so you know, when you represent a seller as an agent, you have a fiduciary responsibility to the seller. When you sat at their dinner table and you took that listing, you promised the seller that you're going to be negotiating very hard for them, that you're going to be getting them the most money possible. It's probably a relationship that you had for a long time. So you have to make good on that. And when a buyer comes and you represent the buyer, well, you have to do the same for the buyer. You got to negotiate the price down against the seller. You have to make sure, you know, that you represent that buyer as well. So how are you going to do this? It's kind of a conflict of interest, isn't it? In a lot of states, this is illegal for a good reason. But California allows it. California allows double agency, which a seller's agent can represent the buyer's agent at the same time. So, like I said, buyers are going. But do you know what you're getting into when you do that? You're probably going to be successful and get the property, because now, you know, the seller agent is getting paid twice, so they favored you and they give you the property. But you most likely, 99% of the time, you overpaid for the property. You did not have an agent to negotiate for you properly, to drop the price down as much as possible. After inspections, you did not have an agent to represent you again to drop the price even lower because of or whatever problems you find with the property after the inspection. And you know what you're doing? You're actually going on your own. You're pretty much representing yourself. That seller is going to represent, that seller's agent is going to represent the seller, not you. If the property has a structural problem, has termites, has something that's broken, and your inspector didn't see it, and the seller's agent knows about it, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you, hey, you shouldn't buy this property because it's bad for you. It's got all these issues. They're not going to do that, because they stand to lose a lot of money. They lose twice as much money. Think about it. It's all about money sometimes, no? When there is a lot of money involved for that seller's agent to lose, they're going to shut off and not going to say much about the property. When you have your own buyer agent representation, that agent will look for things like that to tell you, because they have you as their buyer. You are their buyer. Whatever happens with the property, if this property is not good, they're going to find you another one. They're not going to lose you. And if they lose you, they lose half of that money. So the incentive is, think about it, it's less. When you're a seller's agent, the incentive is a lot more. It's twice as much. So it is a conflict of interest. And it's illegal in some states, and in California, unfortunately, it is legal. I don't know why, but that's how it goes. So when you go to be represented by the seller's agent, think twice, because yes, you might get the property, but you might get the wrong property. You might getting it for a lot more than what it's worth, and you might getting a property that you have not checked properly. That agent is busy representing the seller, checking the paperwork, making sure everything is right for the seller. Do you think he's going to represent you properly and make sure you are represented okay? Not so much. Some do. Some are very, very powerful. They have assistants, they have other agents in their team, and they will give the property to another agent, and now you have correct representation. Not on the price though, because the price already has been agreed. So think twice about going to the seller's agent, because you're going to lose in the wrong run. You might get the property, that's for sure, but you're going to lose in the long run by getting a property that's too expensive, or it's not the right property for you. That's all I had to say for today. If you have any questions, give me a call. If you could please subscribe to my channel. If you like those messages and you want to hear more, you can like my page on Facebook. Follow me so you can hear more of this. Thank you very much. Adi Simion, Coldwell Banker. Have a good day now.